12 quick, smart living hacks you can use today. Stop shoving every piece against the wall. Here's the move. Float a big piece, like your sofa, instead of pushing it tight against the wall. You do not need to drag it into the middle of the room. Even pulling it out just 3 to 5 inches leaves a little breathing room behind it, and that small shadow line creates the illusion of extra depth. Your floor plan has not changed, but your eye reads the room as less flat and more spacious. Think of it as a 3-part setup. First, float it. Start with a tiny gap behind the sofa, not a dramatic island in the center of the living room. Second, zone it. In a big open room, or a long room, you can turn the sofa across the space, so one side reads as the living area, and the other side reads as the dining area. Third, anchor it. If the exposed sofa back feels awkward, place a slim console, small side cabinet, or desk behind it. Then run a rug under the whole seating area. Now the sofa looks intentional, the zone has a job, and the room feels planned instead of pushed to the edges. Add the right fiber-friendly foods. Start with 3 realistic options: kiwi, prunes, and psyllium husk. These are not random wellness trends. They have been studied for their natural poop-supporting properties. Prunes are the old-school choice, but kiwi is a little more everyday-friendly for many people because it appears to help without the same bloated feeling some people get after eating a lot of dried prunes. Here is the simple picture. Psyllium husk is soluble fiber, so when it meets water, it forms a gel. That gel is the useful part. If stool is hard, the gel helps soften it so it can move more easily. If stool is loose, the same gel can help bind it together. Think of psyllium less like a pushy shortcut and more like a texture balancer. The practical move is to take it with plenty of water and ease in slowly, because jumping into a lot of extra fiber all at once can make you feel worse before you ever build the habit. Still seeing dull streaks after scrubbing? Before you rinse the tub, do the hand test. Set the sponge down and run your bare hand along the inside wall, or any spot you just cleaned. Your eyes can miss a thin film of soap scum, but your hand will feel it right away. If the surface drags or feels gritty, keep working that area. If it feels smooth, you're ready to rinse. Start at one end of the tub and move across the whole surface, because every section should get cleaned, not just the obvious ring. For a lighter layer, a vinegar and dish soap spray can do the job. On acrylic, keep it gentle and stick with a non-scratch sponge. Work in a steady back and forth motion to loosen the soap scum, then pause for the hand test. Drag means there is still film. Smooth means it is clean enough to rinse. Rinse everything thoroughly with a pitcher or a detachable shower head, then dry and buff the tub so it looks cleaner, brighter, and finished. Don't skip the outside edge, it needs a little attention too. Missed your workout slot? Don't quit the day. The useful twist: don't make one exact time your only way to exercise. In a large randomized trial, people who mixed their workout timing did better because the rigid same-time group built a habit around that one slot, and when that slot disappeared, the workout often disappeared with it. Think of your schedule as a backup window plan. Keep a favorite workout time if it helps, maybe the morning, but leave another opening later in the day, like the afternoon. If the original window gets swallowed by a busy life, your rule is not, "I failed." Your rule is, "I move it." You are training flexibility, not perfection. Sometimes morning, sometimes afternoon, and sometimes a different form of movement that fits real life. That way, missing the ideal slot becomes a detour, not the end of the plan. Don't just walk in the woods, soak them in. The point of forest bathing is not to use the trees as scenery while you catch up on calls, power walk, or chat the whole time. Make nature the main event. Before you go in, set a simple intention. I'm here to notice the woods, enjoy them, and let the pace drop. That matters because relaxing is not a light switch. Your body may need time to settle, so if you can, give yourself a morning or an afternoon instead of squeezing it between errands. Once you're in the woods or in a city park with plenty of trees and quiet space, move slowly. This is not the time to turn the trail into a workout. Wander a little, then choose a spot that feels inviting. A clearing, a circle of tall trees, or even a curved trunk that feels like a natural seat. Sit down and put your phone away. Then run a simple senses check. What do you smell in the trees and soil? What do you hear? Water? Leaves? Branches? Small animals? If you want a reset button, try breathing in for 2 counts and breathing out for 4 counts, repeating it gently while you keep noticing what's around you. Your best party recommendations disappear fast. After a brunch, family hangout, work happy hour, or sideline chat, send a quick show notes message. Put the useful things you talked about in one place, so the fun does not end when everyone goes home and nobody has to dig through memory later for that recipe, book, or little idea they meant to try. Keep it simple. Send one email or text to the group. Start with a few items you can supply, like the recipe you praised, the moisturizer you mentioned, the poem someone wanted, or the novel a coworker recommended. Add a tiny note beside each item so people remember why it came up. If you do not have every source, make it playful. I'm sending our Hangout notes, reply with yours. Then everyone can add their own recipes or recommendations, and the thread becomes the easy place to check when you plan meals, request a library book, or want to replay a good moment from the gathering. Under stress, bad thoughts can feel extra sticky. Before bed, write down 5 things you're grateful for, and make them things that actually happened that day. This is not about pretending the stressful stuff is not there. It is a small attention reset. Instead of letting your brain keep replaying the roughest moment, you deliberately point it towards something good that was also real. Here is the simple layout. Keep a small notebook by your bed and list 5 same-day things. On an easy day, it might be a nice text, a decent meal, or a quiet minute. On a hard day, go basic. Shelter over your head, food in the fridge or pantry, something that helped you get through. The repetition matters. Over time, this practice works like cognitive reframing. You are training your brain not to grab every negative stress experience like Velcro, but to let more of it slide off, more like Teflon. Don't miss the details people hand you. When someone drops a personal detail while talking about something else, treat it as free information. Follow up with a simple, natural question. It signals that you care, and it helps build the relationship. The reason this works is that you are not guessing at a topic. They brought it up first, so you already know it is relevant to their life, and probably safe to acknowledge. Here's the easy system. Start by listening for the meaningful little details. If it is sensitive, respond gently in the moment, say you are sorry, then leave a little quiet space so they can choose whether to share more. If it is something for later, treat it like any other follow-up. Write a short note in the meeting record, your task list, or a reminder. When it pops up, send a quick text, wish them luck before the big presentation, ask how the new school is going, or ask to see the puppy photo after class. Stop making every vacation minute a date. The sweet spot for a couples trip is a mix of solo time and shared time. You do not have to spend every hour side by side, because people need different amounts and different kinds of space. When you stop treating a partner's downtime as rejection, the whole itinerary gets easier. One person can recharge, the other can still enjoy the trip, and dinner together feels like something you chose, not something you forced. On the plan, mark 3 simple modes: solo, together, and alone together. Solo can be an afternoon split. One of you does the museum, the other wanders shops and cafes. Then you meet for dinner. Alone together is quieter. Both of you read by the pool or sit nearby with journals, with no need to perform a date. Say the need kindly and clearly. I need an hour alone. I'm going for a walk or making a call. And then, I'll come back. That keeps both the person and the relationship on the itinerary. Gold is hot, so should you jump in? Short answer: don't buy gold just because the price has been running up. Gold can look comforting when headlines feel scary, but it doesn't pay you interest like a bond or dividends like a stock. You're mostly waiting for someone else to want it at a higher price later. Over the long run, the stock market has done better than gold. So think of gold as a small side dish in a portfolio, not the main course. If you still want a little gold, make it a tiny box in the overall portfolio. The target discussed here is under 5%. Then choose the least annoying way to own it. Physical gold means storage, space, security, and insurance are real chores. A fund that tracks the price of gold can be simpler, but it still depends on the price moving your way. And if your goal is diversification, you can also look at a broader precious metals or commodities fund, where silver and copper sit in the basket too. That's all for today. Save this video so you can come back to it. And subscribe. We post new tips every day.